Hello, boils and ghouls, and welcome back once again to Wannabe Reviewers Freaky Flicks. Now, for tonight's penultimate episode, I went out and I watched a movie that it is very unique. It's probably unlike anything that is out on the market, at this time. And I am, of course, talking about a little film from A24 called The Lighthouse. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard about this movie, but the moment I heard about it and saw the first trailer, I was just really intrigued because basically, first I'll talk about the plot, then I'll kind of talk about what makes it special, then I'll talk about the good and the bad, I guess. So when it comes to the plot is pretty simple. Basically, it's about these two lighthouse keepers. One is old and one is young, and they're supposed to take care of this lighthouse for like a month. And the young guy, he gets there. I believe, the other guy, he's been there before. And he says, that he had an assistant before. We kind of learn about him along the way. And as they're hanging out, and the younger guy is just trying to survive this month so he can be done and move on, we see how they, bond and are at each other's throats. And they go through all sorts of crazy emotions. And there's this storm happening at the same time. And it's all about them basically going insane together on this island. Alright? So what makes this movie special is that it is in black and white. It is filmed on actual film. I think it's a 35mm film. And yeah, it's supposed to be set in the 1890s. And sure enough, it looks like it could legit be a retro movie. It has the style and it's done in such a way that except for the film just looking really crisp and clear, because of the high definition and stuff, it looks like it could legit be an old movie. So that's really unique, And ever since I heard about this movie, I was pretty excited. I thought that it seemed pretty cool how unique it was. I love both of these actors, Willem Dafoe. What can be said about him? He's been in all sorts of great movies. Robert Pattinson, a lot of people give him crap, because he was in Twilight and stuff. But if you've seen him in other films, the guy can act. And you can tell he wants to act because he's picked a lot of smaller projects recently. So love both of these actors. I love the premise of the movie and the style of it. So I watched it. And so yeah, when it comes to the good, cinematography is great. The way they build tension and atmosphere in this film, really well done. I love, like I said, the retro feel of it. I love how it's in black and white and the aspect ratio and just the style of how they're dressed and how they speak. I think that's really cool. I think just them being able to recreate that is awesome. I think the acting from these two actors, I think it might be some of their best in their career because they go through all sorts of emotions together. Like I said, they're stuck on this island and we see how they're at each other's throats one moment, but then they're kind of bonding and then you see they're kind of scared because there's this storm happening. And they go through every emotion under the sun, and they're at each other's throats. There's this power struggle, but then they're bonding, but then they're suspicious of each other again. Really crazy. Strangely enough, I liked the humor. There's some dark comedy to it, because as they're stuck on the island, they're spending time together. There's all sorts of things happening. There's this weird thing involving Robert Pattinson's character and this little mermaid statue things he finds. That's a thing. And then Willem Dafoe, even though as fancy a movie as this is, there's parts where he just farts, And it's kind of unexpected, but it kind of makes you laugh. And yeah, so the acting's good. Some of the dark comedy is actually kind of good. The imagery's really interesting. The way this movie works, it is not at all straightforward. There's a lot of imagery and I don't know, man. That kind of leads into the ending, which is really ambiguous. And there's all sorts of interpretations of what the movie's supposed to really be about, I love all of that. I think it makes it really interesting. Of course, that also leads me to the bad, which is I think a lot of people aren't going to like it because it's just too... It's not very approachable, if that makes sense, It's just such a different movie. I think it's so ambitious that a lot of people just, I think they won't like it, It's just so artsy, the style it's going for... the fact that it's really ambiguous and you can watch the whole movie without really knowing what happened at the end or anything, I can see a lot of people being turned away from that. And honestly, that's fine. Not everybody has to artsy stuff and, stuff that really makes you ponder a lot and you sit there afterwards analyzing it and stuff. I get it. Not everyone's gonna like that. So, you know, when it comes to the good, some of that actually is maybe bad for other people, you know? Like, there's a few YouTubers that I like to follow, and I saw a couple of them, and surprisingly, they didn't like the movie, and that's kind of what they said, that they just kind of didn't really like the ambiguity of it and how like, weird it was, and some people felt like it was trying too hard to be artsy, and like, I get it. Like I said, the movie's not going to be for everybody. But still, you know, if you like stuff that's kind of artsy, or stuff that tries to be really unique, if you've enjoyed movies in the past, like this same director, his name is Robert Eggert, I believe. He was the director of The Witch back in 2015. That's considered like a really like unique movie and stuff. I think if you like movies like that, you know, like The Witch, if you enjoyed that, then I think you will like this, you know? So definitely not a movie for everybody. It's definitely, like I said, very out there, very unique in what it's trying to go for. I enjoyed it. I give it a thumbs up. I recommend it. And yeah, I mean, I would say check it out. Like I said, I think it's like a limited release sort of thing. I'm not really sure if it's in every theater. But if you can get a hold of it, I would say watch it. If not, I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll hit some sort of streaming service, you know, soon. And yeah, give it a try. Tell me what you think about it. I'm really curious to see what other people think of this movie, because it's a new movie at the moment. And I just want to hear opinions about it and stuff, you know? So, my name is the Wannabe Reviewer. This has been my penultimate episode. We have one more episode of, you know, our 13 days of Spooktober to go. But I've had a heck of a ride, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I'll be back tomorrow with my last movie. So this is the Wannabe Reviewer. Bye-bye. See you guys tomorrow.